Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, y'all. Welcome back. Fred Johnson coming back at you from Orlando, Florida, and sharing some tips and tricks from my 11 years of classroom teaching experience. In previous videos, I talked a bit about how I organized my student hall passes, how I had students fill out a hall pass request that I would link to. They would fill this out. Then I would get the information of when they requested to use the restroom or to go somewhere else on campus, and to keep that organized and have it automatically update or alphabetize right here. What do you actually give students when they ask to use the restroom? So over my years, I've seen a lot of different hall passes used in school. I've seen flimsy little sticky notes, whether the teacher just gets their own sticky notes, or some schools will give out to teachers a stack of pre-made hall passes. The ones that I saw were typically had the numbers 1982 at the bottom. Wasn't sure if that's how many there were or the year that they were printed, but it seems like they weren't that beneficial. I've seen some teachers make lanyards, use laminated handheld passes, gross. Or my favorite was a friend of mine had a physical toilet seat that a student would carry to the restroom, which was hilarious. One time when I went to a new school, they provided these hall pass necklaces to each teacher, and you would give one out, and one was for the library, one was for the restroom, and they had different colors. And they looked super cool, and I was like, this is a great idea, until a student went and then came back without it. So yeah, you can punish them, you can have your discipline, but now a pass is missing, and somebody, whoever found it, has a permanent hall pass for the rest of their life. So that never worked for me. So what I did was I created my own. And some places may or may not allow you to do this, but every school I worked at, 4 schools, this worked well. So I created my own document for hall passes that looks like this. And then it would have 8 to 10 on a page, and I would just print this out 10 to 20 at a time, have a student assistant help cut them up for me. I would keep them in my fanny pack as I'm walking around the room, so they're always on me. I don't have to go back to the desk if a student requests. And then it's just a quick date, time, signature. I don't put the student's name on there, just the minimal information, but that way if a student tries to reuse it, it's clear with the date. I also try to use really big markers when I'm filling it out. That way, one, people kind of know what I'm using, but two, it's harder to erase or write over, so getting a big, huge marker to write on that, super beneficial. And then if I ever switch schools or switch classrooms, just a quick Control F or find and replace, Control H, I guess. And if I'm no longer in 4112A, I can just replace that classroom with my new classroom number and replace all. And then I can go ahead and print these at my new school, my new classroom, whatever it is. So this worked really well for me. Students laugh at the little emojis. They always want to be the ones to help cut them up for me. And again, they were just always on my person. So I never had to worry about losing them. And if you really have issues with students trying to manipulate, you can use different color paper for different days. But again, this worked really well for me over the years. So hope it's something that can work well for you as well.